Hello guys and welcome to Retrospective. Today we take a look back at one of the greatest games of all time, Metal Gear Solid. Originally released on the PlayStation at the end of 1998, the multi-award winning Metal Gear Solid is the third entry in Hideo Kojima's timeless Metal Gear series. The legendary Solid Snake is pulled out of retirement by his old commander, Colonel Campbell, to rescue the DARPA chief from a nuclear disposal facility in Alaska and take down the rogue unit Foxhound, led by Snake's twin brother Liquid Snake, before they launch a nuclear weapon. Metal Gear Solid is often the first to mind when talking about games in the stealth genre. The idea of playing unarmed and having to avoid enemies rather than fight them has been used in many games since, but was really pioneered here. And that's not the only thing Metal Gear Solid pioneered.
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
The storyline, told throughout in full voice acting, is deep, complex and bloody glorious. It's well executed in the many cutscenes, and a lot of backstory is told in the codec conversations. But that was also the main reason that some people didn't enjoy the game. Boo! Often being compared to a Hollywood action movie than a game, due to the long cutscenes and conversations that take place.
Revolver Ocelot.
The overall length of the game was really only a couple of hours total, and at the time of release this was considered quite short. Ultimately though, looking back now, Metal Gear Solid was a true innovator and set the standard for modern video games and how they are presented. Game audio was another area where this game was ahead of its time, where even enemies could hear your footsteps in certain situations. And one of my favourites, tapping on a wall and luring a guard away from his post. It's the little things that matter sometimes, and Metal Gear Solid really embraced that. The sound effects and soundtrack all complement each other in a way that just had not been done before, adding emotion and atmosphere for the player. I'm using the word innovation a lot for this video, but that word has to be used when it comes to Metal Gear Solid's gameplay, which even won awards for using the PlayStation's hardware in a unique way in the scene with Psycho Mantis.
I can read your every thought.
The stealth aspect of the game and level design gave players a choice on how they want to approach levels and boss fights, and even some of my friends approach things differently than I do. For instance, in the second battle with Sniper Wolf, I just shoot Nikita rockets and sit back laughing, but only as I'm pretty crap with the sniper rifle. The graphics at the time of release were considered amazing and really pushed the PlayStation to its limit. But looking back 20 years later, it's the one area that probably put players off that are new to the series. There was a remake called Twin Snakes released on the Nintendo GameCube that featured updated visuals, a new soundtrack, and some Matrix-like cutscenes. But honestly, it really lacked the feeling of the original, and in my opinion was just a little over the top. Metal Gear Solid was a success in nearly every category, and its sequels went on to carry the torch in gaming innovation, with breathtaking storylines and deep character progression throughout the series.
How about you, Snake?
My retrospective score is 9.5 out of 10.
Not over yet! Liquid!